Today we are going to discuss about what is computer. So let's start the class with what is computer. Okay. Now, do you know about computer? Anything? Anybody? One line in one word. Anybody can say about what is computer?
Computer is an electronic machine.
Yes. Obvious. This is an electronic machine, and what we get, what we do in this with this machine. Yes, let's start. What is computer? Uh, First of all, I will told you about some abbreviations and some full forms of some words. Okay, please note down. Okay, side by side, please note down. One second. Yes. What is computer? Computer's full form. First of all, we will discuss about what is computer. Computer's full form is computer operating machine, and for machine, or for operating.
Ma'am,
See,
can you
first
go
of
a
all,
little slow, ma'am, please?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, yes. Computers. Full form of computer is C for common, O for operating, M for machine, P for purposely, U for used for, T for technological, and E for educational, R for research. Full form is computer full form is compute common operating machine purposely used for technological and educational research. So clearly understand from the full form of the computer, see, this is the operating machine that we used for some purpose. That purpose is technological or educational research. Okay. So let's start with the definition. A computer is an electronic device. As we know, all we know about this is it is an electronic device and that manipulates information. When we give the data, raw data to the computer, it manipulates, it processes, it first of all it stores the data, then it processes, and then it gives access in the form of meaningful information. So it has the ability to store. Computer has the ability to store, to retrieve, and to process the data. You may already know that you can use a computer. We know how to use what the purpose of to use the computer. We use the computer for the type documents. We use the computer to send the emails. These things we also use on the our smartphones or mobiles also, because mobile is also a type of the computer. So, play games and browse the web, browsing for searching anything on the Google or any other apps. So this is a computer. This is the definition of the computer. I will show you the picture. Yes, this is the basic picture of computer. We are giving the input to the computer through input devices. Okay, then computer takes the input as a raw take the input, the data in the form of raw data, and then it processing unit process the data, and first of all it saves the data, then it process the data, then the processing data gives us the output as the information in the form of the information through the output unit. This is the basic. This architecture we know is about is the von Neumann's. This is a von Neumann's architecture. Okay, this is the father of the architecture. Von Neumann is the father of the architecture. This is the basic architecture of the computer. Now let's discuss from the starting. Yes. Now there are some types of the computer. There are different types of computer technology available these days. Yes, we know about There are so many technologies we are using in these days, like laptop, like PC, like smartphones, like tabs. These are all are the computer technologies. Different types of computer technology we are using. In organization, there are other different types of computers are using. In hospitals, there are different types of computers are using. So all these are the computer technologies we are using these days. The functionality and data processing of each type of computer is distinct. Yes, the function of and data processing of each type of computer is different, because when we use the PC, its processing data processing speed or its function is different. When we use it in the smartphone, its function, its data processing is different. When we use in the hospitals, its processing is different, because their need is different. Our need is different, our basic need is different. In organization, in institution, in educational department, in research department, every need is different. So every computer technology is different in every department. So every computer department technology is different, so their data processing and their functionality is also different. So their output results is also different. When we use the like you can see there are so many computers in the ICU. In the hospital, we can take the example of the ICU. There are so many equipments used. These are also the comes under the computer technology. So their use of in different types. They are using in different ways. So ways are different, the methods are different, the techniques are different, their sizes are different, their capacities are different, their characteristics are different. So data handling aspects of each computer may be different as well. Yes, computer can be classified on the basis. There are two bases we can classify the computers: according to the size and according to the data handling. The size of the computer we classified into four types. In data handling, we classified the computers into three types. So first we will discuss according to the size. This is the classification of computer based on size. There are four sizes of computer, as we know. First is microcomputer, then mini computer, mainframe computer, and supercomputer. Microcomputer Microcomputers are those computers that we are using like PC. Our PC is the example of the microcomputer. This is comparatively economical. Yes, we are using the basic person is the normal person is using this computer because it's economically cheaper than other computers. Microcomputers are small computer. Yes, we are using laptop, we are using PCs. These all are under the microcomputers. Incorporating a microprocessor, central processing unit, memory. In this micro computers, what comes inside this microprocessor? Central processing unit, memory, storage area, and input unit and output unit. These components comes under the microcomputers. Yes, all these things also comes under the other computers, but are in different ways. It is a general purpose computer. It is also called a general purpose computer because we are generally using these type of computers that is outlined for personal use. Yes, such computers are made with minimum circuitry mounting over a single circuit board. There is a motherboard that is also called MOBO. We will discuss later about motherboard. Yes, it's a single circuit board. All RAM, CPU, all other peripheral devices that we connect the peripheral devices, all circuits are connected in one single board. There is no other things are attached to. All things are attached on the one board. That is called MOBO. They are fit for personal work. That may be making an assignment at the office for office work. We use it in the office also. We use to see the to watch the movie also. We make the assignment on on these computers. Example, we can take the example of desktop, laptop, tablets, smartphone. These all are the examples of the microcomputers. Now, second one is mini computers. You can see in the picture, these are the mini computers. Mini computers are comparatively smaller than mainframe computers. First, we'll see also the mainframe computers. These are the mainframe computers. Mini computers are comparatively smaller than mainframe computers, or can say a mini computer lies within the mainframe and microcomputer. Mini computers are comes in between the microcomputer and mainframe computer, as it is smaller than the mainframe but larger than a microcomputer. These computers are smaller in size. Size is mainframe computer is larger than mini computer, but mini computer is larger than microcomputer. Okay. Mini computers are digital. These are digital and multi-user computer system with the connection of more than one CPU. We can connect more than one CPU to one mini computer. Okay. So these are digitally. All computers are digitally, but these mini computers we can connect more than one CPU. Multiple users can work on these computers. So difference, we can take the difference in microcomputer and mini computers. There is only one CPU in microcomputers, but in mini computers there are more than one CPU we can attach. Okay. Personal computer only one person can use, but microcomputer can only one person can use, but mini computers multiple users can work on these computers. Okay. Mini frame computers are employed in institutes. These computers are used in institutes and work units for tasks such as billing, for accounting and record management. These things are used on the tasks are used on the mini computers. Okay. So you just have to revise about the difference between these computers. Okay. Not more go to in the detail, but you have to understand the what is the main difference between these things. Okay. Like in microcomputers only one CPU and only one user can use the microcomputer, but mini computer one CPU, more than one CPU is using in these computers, and multiple users can work on these computers. Okay. And their works also. And mainframe computers are utilized by large organizations to manage bulk data. These computers are not nowadays these days today's days, these computers are not in very much use, but uh, earlier these computers are used in banks, uh, big organizations, scientific research. These computers were used, but now these computers are in very less use. Mainframe computers are utilized by large organizations to manage bulk data, are designated as mainframe computers. Mainframe computers are multi-programming. In these computers, we use these computers for multi-programming, and their performance is very high. And multi-user computers. These computers are also a multi-user computer, because more than one user can use these computers. Okay. Which implies they can manage the workload of more than 100 users. Yes.
Ma'am,
So you can understand the difference between the mini computer and mainframe computer. There are more than one user, but there are 100 users at a time on the computer. These computers manage the workload of more than 100 users at a time. Their storage capability of the mainframe computer is enormous. It's a, you can say that they can store more data at a time. The storage capability is more than other computers. Okay. The main purpose of such a type of computer include managing customer statistics, sensors, other heavy data in a single device. Okay. Mainframe computers therefore are mainly employed by departmental and commercial organizations. These computers are used by nowadays banks are in banks, these computers are not used, but earlier time these computers are very much used in banks. Now, scientific research centers, these computers were used. Companies and government departments like railways, paying employees, these computers were used. So we have to memorize these difference in between these computers. Okay. Next is a supercomputer. Nowadays, these computers are very much famous. Supercomputers comes under the biggest, fastest, powerful, and most expensive type of computer for processing data type. This is a very biggest size in these size are very biggest, fast, and normal people can't use these computers. These are used for research work. These computers are used in the research work. Supercomputers comes under the biggest, fastest, powerful, and most expensive type of computer. This is most expensive than other computers for processing data type. They are designed to process an immense amount of data. At a time they processed, mainframe computer processing speed is less, but supercomputer processing speed is very fast. A supercomputer can take trillions of instructions. We can give these computers to the trillions of instructions in a second. It has thousands of interconnected processors. There are so many thousands of processors. You can understand. The processing speed is so much high, we can't imagine. Supercomputers are especially used in scientific and engineering applications such as weather forecasting, quantum mechanics, climate research, scientific simulations, nuclear energy research, etc., where a high level of performance is required. Example, there are the examples of the supercomputers. IBM Roadburner. India's first computer is TIFREC. Tata Institute of full form. Please revise this full form. TIFREC. Note down this. Uh, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research Automatic Calculator. This is the India's first computer, but it's not a supercomputer. India's first supercomputer is the Param 8000. That is a parallel machine. Its full form is parallel machine. Param 8000 is the India's first supercomputer. That is Param 8000. Its name full form is parallel machine. And India's fastest supercomputer is next after Param 8000. Fastest supercomputer comes Param Siddhi. After Param 8000, what was the first India's fastest supercomputer? Param Siddhi. Now, understand, please.
Once again, repeat, ma'am, from TIFRAC.
TIFREC is the India's first computer. Okay, it's India's first computer. Its full form is Tata. When question comes in the form of the India's, what is the India's first computer? Then you will tick the answer TIFREC. That is the India's first computer. But India's first supercomputer is Param 8000. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Yes. Now, second is the on the types of computer based on the data handling abilities. Now there are three types of computer, that is analog computer, digital computer, and hybrid computer. Analog computers are outlined to process analog data. That analog means the continuous data, continuous change in the data. That is the analog. So analog computers are outlined to process analog data. Those computers process the analog data. These are called analog computers. Analog data is continuous data that varies continuously. That data is varies continuously and cannot have discrete values. There is no values are different. Like when you drive the scooter, you see the needle of the scooter. When you speed up the speed up the scooter like 20 to 40, a needle moves 20 to 40. That sign shows that is the analog. That changes according to your when you are racing the scooter, the needle is moving high. When you slow down the scooter, the needle comes down. So this example comes under the analog computer. Okay, analog computers are utilized primarily to measure physical units like voltage, electric current, pressure, temperature, and convert them into digits. Yes, such computer, yes, in temperature thermometer we see the mercury. When we check that fever, the mercury rises up. Okay, we got the temperature. Such computers are mostly used for scientific technologies, research, engineering, and industrial applications. Mostly these are the common examples of thermometer like scooter. But nowadays there we can see the analog computer is converting into digital computer. Now we see the digital speedometer in the computer. Speedometer, mercury thermometer, operational amplifiers, electrical integrators are the examples of the analog computers. First, we use the needles in the wall clock. There are also analog computer. This is also the example of analog computer, analog system. Because when the needle is moving according to the when the time changes, the needle is moving. This is also the example of analog computer. The scooter is also, car is also, but nowadays the car and scooter is now digital watches, wall clock to digital watches are coming, and then now scooters are changing from speedometers are changing from analog to digital, and thermometers are also changing. They are also analog to digital. They are converting. Now digital computer. Digital computer is outlined to execute calculations. Yes, our PC is also the example of the digital computer. It's outlined to execute calculation. In analog computer, we don't do the calculations. But now in digital computer, we do the calculations and logical operations at a high pace. Yes, we do the, because there is a ALU. There is a unit, we will learn it. ALU, arithmetic and logic unit. This is a, this helps to execute the calculations and logical operations at a high pace. We can calculate many figures at a time, many instructions at a time in the computer. Such computers are proficient in solving problems in discrete format. Yes, we use Excel. Anybody use the Excel? MS Excel? Or see the how to use it? Please reply.
Yes.
Little bit. Somebody is using the, when you see the, they are using the Excel. So in Excel, we use in a single formula, in a little small formula. In nowadays in ICT, there are also some questions are coming from Excel also. Basic questions. There are some basic questions, but some questions are coming in ICT. We will also understand the Excel at the last. So come to the point. In Excel, one formula. From one formula, we calculate so many calculations at a one time. Okay, so this is these computers are proficient in solving problems in discrete formats. It requires the raw data as input. Yes, we give the data through input device, and it converts into the data comes into the computer in the form of the binary digits. Binary digits are what? 0 and 1. Computer understand only one language, machine language, that is the binary digit forms, binary numbers. Computer understand only this language, 0 and 1. He don't understand our, nowadays the computer is understanding. We use Alexa, we use virtual assistants like Siri. He understands human language, but basically he understands a binary language, binary numbers, because it programmed is like that, and processes it with programs stored in its memory. When we press the button and taps press text some things on in your PPT or in your board. First of all, these instructions stored in your memory unit. Then it processes. Then you get the information. Yeah, then you get the information in the display unit or in your output unit. This is a proper functioning. After proper functioning, you get the data, because all these functions comes in the digit forms. Okay, you give the instructions through the input unit and get the information through the output unit, but in between all the instructions in all the processing in the digit form. Okay, in the binary form. It can implement arithmetic operations such as additions, occurrence, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and all sorts of logical mathematical operations as well. Yes, we can do All model computers like laptops, desktops, including smartphones, calculators, tablets, digital watches, accounting machines, workstations, digital clocks, etc., that we use at home or office are digital computers. These are all are the examples of the digital computers. Next is hybrid. Hybrid is the combination of the analog and digital computer. Okay. Hybrid computer as
Ma'am,
the name signifies. Yes, please.
can you just please go a little slow?
Yes, yes. Sorry. Please.
No,
Yes.
I was, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because I know my speed is so much. Okay. Let's start. Continue. Hybrid computer. Hybrid computers are, as the name signify, exhibit features of both analog and digital computers. Yes, I know. Yes, as we know, hybrid computers are the combination of the both analog and digital computers. It is fast like analog computers are fast. Digital computers are not as comparatively fast than the analog computers. It is fast like an analog computer and has memory and accuracy like digital computer. Both features have hybrid computers have both features. Yes, it can process both continuous and discrete data. It takes analog signals, and a hybrid computer takes the signals, takes the input in the form of analog and transforms them into the digital form before processing. Before processing it, analog signals converted into the digital form, then processing starts. Okay. These types of computers are extensively used in specialized applications where both analog and digital data are processed. Yes, these computers are used in specialized applications like in hospitals, like in petrol pump. This is the example of we use we see the in ICU and department, these types of machines when ECG, when heartbeat is showing in one machine, we are all things are temperature of the patient is showing in the machine, the ECG is showing in the machine, the BP is showing in the machine, how heart is working in the machine, all things will show in one machine. Okay. This is the example of the hybrid computer. Petrol pump is the most common example of the hybrid computer. As we go to the petrol pump, we see the petrol pump machine. Yes, there is both things are coming. You are knowing that how much liters are putting the petrol into your bike, or how much rupees, all though both things are coming in one time at one time on one machine. This is the best example of the hybrid computer. Everybody understood, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. 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 For example, a processor is applied in petrol pumps that converts fuel flow measurements into quantity and price. Yes, we know both things together, quantity and price also. Yes. Now next is the generations of the computer. There are 5 generations. We will discuss first to fifth. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation. Fourth generation, we are now in the fourth generation, but here we will discuss all 5 generations. Generations of computer. What are the generations? First, the question arises in our mind: What? Why we are using this word generation of computers? What difference is going in between these generations? Generation of computer is, in this slides, we in this slide I am going to tell you about the changes in microprocessor, changing in their shape. First main thing we are discussing in generations, their microprocessor. In first generation, what type of microprocessor is used, and nowadays what type of microprocessor is using. Yes, in first generation computer, the vacuum tubes. The first generation computers is also called the vacuum tube generation. Okay, the technology behind the primary generation computers was a fragile glass device which was called vacuum tube. So show you the picture. This is the vacuum tubes. Basically, vacuum tubes are made up of the glass. Vacuum means air, where air doesn't pass. That is called the vacuum. So vacuum tubes are used in the first generation computer. So it's a glass device which was called vacuum tube. These computers were very heavy. Yes, they cover. These computers are so heavy and so large in size. They covered the whole room. They covered the whole room. The size was very large. There weren't very. These were not very reliable, and programming on them was a really tedious task as they used low level language. Sorry, low level programming language was that machine language. Machine language is called the low level language. Only machine understood that language is we called low level language, and high level language is what human understand. That language human understand, that is called the high level language, and low level language is the machine understood. That language understood by the machine, that is called low level language. There is no use of the operating system in first generation computer. There is no use of the os means operating system. First generation computers were used for only for calculation, storage and control purpose. They were too bulky and large. They needed a full room and consumed lot of electricity. These were too bulky and large. They needed a full room and consume a lot of electricity. They consume also a lot of electricity, and also their need of a AC. Without AC, they can't work. Okay, these are the examples of the first generation computer: IBM 650, IBM 701, ENIAC, UNIVAC, and etc. I will discuss later. Next slide. Yes, these are the main characteristics of the first generation computers. We have to remember these things. Okay, sometimes a question can come in the exam related these generations, because this topic is also very important. Generations of the computer. Main electronic component is used in the first generation computer is vacuum tube, and programming language is machine language, and main memories is used in magnetic tapes and magnetic drums. Input devices are paper tape and punched cards. In first generation computer, there is no monitor. There is no monitor. Only punch through the punch cards we give the instructions, and we get the output from through the punch cards and paper tape. Okay, there was no display unit in the first generation computer. And speed and size, very slow speed and very large in size. Okay, next, second generation computer. Second generation computer, there is a use of the transistor. Now generation improves. There from vacuum tubes they comes in the transistors. The time period is 956 to 963. In first generation computer, the time was 942. This is the estimate, not approximately time, not a accurate time, approximately time. It can be changed in exam. The time comes, that might be changed, but it will be near about this time. Okay. Yes. Now, second generation computer is transistors. In second generation computer, the technology was used, the microprocessor type were used transistors. This is the diagram of the transistor. Use the technology of transistor rather than bulky vacuum tubes. Yes. Now transistor take the place of the vacuum tubes. Another feature was the core storage. The storage capacity also increased. A transistor may be a device composed of semiconductor material. Transistor made up of semiconductor material. The use of transistors made it possible to perform powerfully and with due speed. Yes, it performs a function powerfully, and with the speed is also improved, and the function is also improved. It reduces the dimensions and price. The price of the transistor is comparatively less than the vacuum tubes, and thankfully the warmth too, which was generated by vacuum tubes. Central processing unit, memory programming language, and input and output units also came into the force within the second generation. Yes, CPU. In first generation computer, there is no CPU, there is only vacuum tubes. But now, in second generation computer, the start of the central processing unit, memories also comes into the in second generation computer. There is also programming language. The language is also improved in second generation computer. There was a machine language in first generation computer. Now assembly language introduced in the second generation computer. Programming language was assembly and machine language, and made programming comparatively a simple task for programmers. Yes, assembly language is also tough for the human, but it is some you can say compatible than the uh, machine language, because assembly language is a mnemonic words. I will tell you later what is the assembly language and machine language when we will study in the memory. Okay. Programming language was assembly and machine language, and made programming comparatively a simple task for program, because the in first generation only machine language is used. No, a human can't understand that language. Through punch card, through light, there were punch card was like that. There were some holes in the punch cards. When the light comes on the on that punch cards, they get the information from as an output. Now in second generation computer, there's some improvement in the language, assembly language, some understandable by humans. There are main characteristics of the second generation computers are main
Ma'am,
yes,
will you please show me the last slide? I have a question from that.
this one.
Yeah, here it is saying in the second paragraph, the use of transistor made it possible to perform powerfully and with due speed. What is meaning of due speed here? Like speed
Due
will
speed
be the
matlab,
yeah.
comparative to the vacuum tubes, the speed is improved. When in the first generation computer, when we give the instructions, like we add two numbers like 2 or 3, we give the instructions. They take the time of 24, more than 24 hours, more than 24 hours. Can you imagine? But the speed is improved in second generation computer.
Okay.
Yes. Now, main electronic component is transistor. In second generation computer, transistor used. Programming languages, machine. In first generation, machine language. In second generation, machine language and assembly language, both languages. And memories, magnetic core and magnetic tape. Input output devices are magnetic tape and punched card, both. Power and size, smaller in size than first generation. Low power consumption, and generated less heat. In first generation computer, they produce more heat because there was need of more ACs in comparison with the first generation computer. There is also a need of the ACs. They can't work without AC, but less than first generation computer. Okay. Third generation computer is integrated circuits. Today we are also using the integrated circuit, but the shape is changed. The improvement is has come. Now, the time period is 1964 to 1971. During this period, during the third generation, technology envisaged a shift from huge transistor to the integrated transistors. Means to say, also referred to as IC. Integrated circuit short form is IC. Uh, for, it means integrated circuit. There is so many transistors, as we can see in the diagram. uh, Integrated circuit is not the part it's not a single circuit. Circuit means there is implemented so many transistors are implemented on the integrated circuits. You can say that in one we are just taking the example. In one there is one transistor is using in the second generation computer, but in third generation computer there are the group of the transistors using. there are group of transistors using in one integrated circuit. So many transistors are implemented on the integrated circuit. It make the a circuit. Combination of the transistors make a circuit, integrated circuit. Okay, more than one. Integrated means more than one. Okay. Here a variety of transistors were placed on the silicon chips. This is a silicon chips, and more than one transistors are a variety of transistors are placed on the silicon chips called that is called semiconductors. The most feature of this era computer was the speed and reliability. Yes, speed is improved and reliability is also improved. IC was made from silicon. IC is made up of silicon, and also it's also called silicon chips. A single IC has many transistors built on one thin slice of silicon. Mini computers find their shape during this area. Integrated circuits are used was used in the mini computers, as we discussed earlier. Mini computers, the integrated circuit were used in that computers. The main characteristics of the third generation computers are electronic component used, integrated circuits, programming language is high level language. Now language is improved. High level language means it's a human understandable. And memories, large magnetic core and magnetic tape. Input output devices are now monitor is introduced in this generation. Magnetic tape, monitor, keyboard, printer, all these introduced in this generation. Okay. Now, fourth generation computer, microprocessor, as we discussed earlier, microcomputer. Now, 1971 to present time. Yes, in 1971, first microprocessor were used. The large scale of integration circuits built on one chip. Yes. Now, transistors comes in the when the collection of the transistor comes in integrated circuits, and now uh, integrated circuits. The combination of the integrated circuits in one microprocessor makes a one microprocessor. More than one integrated circuits combines and then make a microprocessor on a single chip. When we collect the more than one integrated circuits on one chip, that is called the microprocessor. The most advantage of this technology is then one microprocessor contain all the circuits required to, yes, contain all the circuits required to perform arithmetic, logic, and control functions on one chip. Yes, all functions are performed on one single chip. Arithmetic, logical, control functions. Control function means processing, how the data is coming, where the data will save. All these functions will control on by the one chip. The computers using microchips were called microcomputers. Yes, the microchips are using, then those computers are called microcomputers, as we discussed in PCs, laptops, desktops. All microchips are using. This generation provided the even smaller size of computer. Yes, the size of the computer is also decreased. Huge computers were using in the second generation, third generation, but now the size is also improved. Technology is improved, like multi-processing. At a time, multi-programming. We can we can do one program, one time, multi-programs at a time. Time sharing, operating systems, operating speed of the operations is improved. Virtual memory made it a more user friendly. Virtual memory, we will discuss in about the virtual memory and also memory unit. User friendly and customary device. Yes, concept of the private computers and computer networks came into being within the fourth generation. Yes, introduce of the internet in the third generation also has come, but network is improving. We are using there we will also discuss about the internets, the versions of the internet, the generation of the internet. We will also do web 1, web 2, web 3. Now then we will understand what is the difference between the third generation computer and fourth generation computer. But the network differences also we will understand. There is also the generations of the internet network. Main characteristics of the fourth generation computer is very large scale integration. Yes, integration and the microprocessor. Thousands of transistors on a single chip. Yes, I told you. Memory. It's a memories. What type of memory is using in this type of computers? Semiconductor memory. Yes, RAM, ROM is introduced in this generation. Input output devices. What type of devices are using in this generation? Uh, Pointing devices, optical scanning, keyboard, monitor, printer. Yes, we know this is a picture of the microprocessor. Sorry, these type of microprocessor are using now. Today we have so much improved. Now microprocessor is improving so much. Next is fifth generation computer. Yes, the picture shows the about the microprocessor of fifth generation computer. The technology behind the fifth generation computer is AI is artificial intelligence. Yes, robot. Yes, use watch the movie. Anybody watch the movie of Chitty? I don't know the Rajnikant movies.
Robo, ma'am. Robo.
Yes, yes. There is a. This is a common example. You can say the understand by the this example of the fifth generation computer through this movie. It allows computers to behave like humans. Yes, this generation will come. This is all in just mind or just scientists is searching on these things. But this time will come when the robot will take our positions. Yes, because we are slave. We are becoming slave of this type of technology. We can't live without 5 minutes. We can't live without 5 to 10 minutes without our phone. So the time will come. Yes, it is often seen in programs like voice recognition. Yes, area of medicines and entertainment. Yes, we uh, when we anybody use the Alexa or Siri?
Yes, ma'am, I have it.
Yes, when we say the Alexa to joke for me, she answers or she answers now. Yes, she understands the
Yes,
language.
ma'am. Good
Yes,
morning.
Alexa understand our language. That is,
Yeah.
these are called virtual assistants who understand our language. When we search through the YouTube or Google talk, he and Google understand our language. When we search, yes, one time we search one thing, like we want to buy some jacket, we want to buy some clothes. Though you will see every time you will see the ads when you watch anything that will related to that thing, the ad will coming because uh, the science the computer is understanding us. Computer knows uh, can read our mind. So technology is improving day by day. Within the field of, next come to the point, within the field of games playing, also it's shown remarkable performance where computers are capable of beating human competitors. Yes, yes, like PUBG is the example. So, so many incidents happen in due to that PUBG. So the speed is highest, sizes that the smallest and area of use has remarkable increased within the fifth generation computer. Yes, speed is improving so much within seconds. Seconds is also you can more, but you can process your data in within less than seconds. Less than seconds. Now 4G to 5G has come. Now again the 6G will come. The improvement is coming. Uh, through not 100% AI has been achieved to date, but keeping inside the present developments. Yes, it is often said that the yes, you can take the example of Chat GPT. Anybody listens about the Chat GPT?
I've saw the advertisement in YouTube.
Yes, what is chat GPT? Chat GPT is like when you want to do like you can take the example of you want to make any presentation. You just give the instructions ki I want to I just you just tell the chat GPT I want to make a presentation on this topic. He will describe everything in text form. He will describe everything on your in front of you. In very you want to email someone, you don't know how to write, how to perform, you will told the chat GPT, he will do that. You want to resume, you want to make resume, he will write everything, every word you just told some information, he will write every line, every word he will write. So the technology is improving day by day. So some person, some people saying that chat gpt will take a job, can take a job, because if the organization if chat gpt, this artificial intelligence will uh, give the work of like a human, so nobody will give the pay to the human, the employees. So this type of technology is coming day by day. So next, main characteristics of fifth generation computer. What are the main characteristics? Main electronic component is using in the fifth generation computer. It is based on the artificial intelligence, uses the ultra large scale. In fourth generation computer, very large scale integration is using, technology is using. Now in fifth generation computer, ultra large scale integration technology is using. Parallel processing method has millions of transistors. If millions of transistors using on the electronic computer, so processing speed is automatically will high on a single microchip. The size is decreasing and the processing speed and is improving. Parallel processing methods use two or more microprocessors to run tasks simultaneously. So when in one device we use two microprocessor, millions of transistors using in one microprocessor, the speed will, the processing speed is so much high. We can't imagine that speed. Now, language. Language is using understandable natural language. Yes, as we give the example of Alexa and Siri virtual assistants, these are the example of the understandable natural language, human language. Size, portable and small in size. Input output device, trackpad, touch screen, pan, speech input. Yes, we speech, we give the input to the through the Alexa is an example of both input and output devices. We give the input to the Alexa and we give the output through the Alexa. So this is a both example of the input and output devices. When the question can come in that type, like we can say that they give the options and ask the examiner will ask the question, tell the which device will give the both input and output, used as a both input and output. Yeah, then you will have to recognize these things: light scanner, printer, keyboard, monitor, mouse, etc. These are the input and output devices. Now you have to revise in a single chart, in single slide
Ma'am,
you can revise. Yes,
how keyboard is an output device?
input and output device both.
But how
No,
keyboard is
I am just,
an
these are the collection of both devices, input and output.
okay.
I'm not showing, I'm not telling about the all things are input and output both. Light scanner is not a input and out. Monitor is just an output device. Mouse is just an input device. Keyboard is just an input device. This is a collaboration of both devices. I'm not saying that keyboard is both input and I'm just giving you the example of the Alexa and Siri. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Next, this is a whole data in one slide. Yes. First generation is vacuum tubes. Characteristics, machine language. You have to learn first generation, time period, 1942, now it's changed, 1942 to 1959. Hardware components, vacuum tubes. Characteristics, machine language, huge size, highly expensive, high consumption of electricity. Example of first generation computer is ENIAC, UNIVAC, ADVAC, ADSEC, all SAC, BAC, BAC, AC. All these are comes under the first generation, IBM 701. So please write down the full forms of the ENIAC. Please, INIAC. Write down: electronic, numerical, integration, and computer.
Ma'am,
Electronic,
can we do this
numerical.
tomorrow, ma'am?
Sorry, time has come. Okay, sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sorry. Yes, finish the class here. Please, thank you so much. Okay.
I think you need to stop the
stop
recording,
the
ma'am.
recording now.
Yes, I have to.